I didn't get out there and get started. We had a little bit of weather, had to come in just for a second. But from an operations standpoint, our players done a good job getting ready to go. I thought offensively today, again, I continue to see guys that have worked hard, especially when you talk about a new system, seem to have knowledge, understanding to be able to execute. So that's really good positive. Took care of the football today. So, on the defensive side, got a long ways to go. Throwing a lot at them right now, but we'll continue to do that. And you're out there and with no pads on. So I'm sure there's some guys out there that look really good today. That probably won't be a football player. Okay, and there's probably some guys out there that look really bad. All right, when you put the pads on, all right, they'll show up, okay? That's usually how it happens. So it's hard to tell when you don't have pads on. You basically can figure out who knows the most, which usually that comes with who's got the most experience. So any questions?
Brian?
Coach Ansley said yesterday that he thought the IQ of this football team had improved from spring until now. From a retention standpoint, I know you said you're throwing a lot at the defense. What did you see retention-wise from that group today, from maybe the spring?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious the ones who have practiced here before and were on last year's team, are much further ahead than the guys that just got here. And that's usually always the case, right? So, the guys that just got here, they got to catch up in a hurry. And we got some guys that have a really good understanding of what we're trying to get done. And it'll grow as camp does. So, we just got to continue to work hard and coach them up, and they'll get there.
Patrick and Blake.
Jeremy, it looked like Jared Means was with the quarterbacks today. Was assigned as wide receiver. Is that sort of an experimentation kind of thing, or kind of what's his outlook over the next week or so?
Well, we're just making sure we can get the best players on the field. We have guys with experience on the offensive side at wide receiver. We have 4 senior wide receivers, and Palmer and Murphy's played a pretty good bit of ball. So you're talking about 6 guys there. So we think Jared's a really good athlete, and we want to make sure that we have the best 22 guys on the field. So we're just giving him a look. He played. Wide receiver the first month of the summer, and which we're not really out there, so there's not a whole lot of feedback. But he played the last half of the summer defensive back, so we're going to work him for this camp at corner to give him an opportunity to contribute.
Blake, then Wes and David.
Jeremy, sometimes when a head coach hands off play calling duties like you're doing with Derek, the coach has a hard time transitioning to that. Do you think it'll be difficult to resist the urge to take those play calling duties, or you feel like you'll have a okay time kind of making this transition?
No, I think my name's all over this program, so if I feel like I need to give some input in any area of the program, I obviously will. So. But I got confidence in the guys we have on defense. I sit in every meeting room, and with every defensive meeting with the players and with the coaches. So, it's really no different than last year.
Wes and David.
Jeremy, when you said that the defense has a long way to go, what kind of things did you see that made you say that? And is some of that stuff you expect on a first day, or was it a little worse than that?
No, I mean, there's things that we want to get accomplished this camp. First thing, just being a smart football team, right? Not making mistakes. So we've got to get more guys that know what to do. The next thing is we want to be a ball hawking defense. Well, you've got to create turnovers. We want to be good fundamentally. So how do you do that? You practice that way every single day, and you've got to, if you're going to be a good football player, you got to have some toughness to you. So we obviously need to create a little more toughness there. So, it's the first day. We have a very young football team. A lot of these guys will learn a lot from today. It's the first day they've been out there with the coaches, so we'll be much improved tomorrow, and we'll continue to improve as camp goes.
David and Steve.
Jeremy, how do you feel about still being in limbo on Aubrey's status with camp starting, and what sort of challenges does that present?
There's no challenges. We're not coaching Aubrey any different than we would if we knew his status. You know, we coach every player in our program every single day. Everybody gets the same amount of reps. That's why if you come to Tennessee, you're going to have an opportunity to develop as a football player because you're going to get to practice. And some of those guys out there today practiced a lot more probably than they were expecting. So, you know, it's not going to change how we approach it. When the season gets here, it obviously would, right, when you start game planning, but fall camp, we're coaching everybody the same way. D'Angelo Gibbs is not going to play. Took the same amount of reps as Marquez Callaway.
Steve and Corey.
You've spoken about Darrell Taylor and the weight change he's had during the offseason. But other than that, what have you seen from him different this versus this time last year in terms of his development and becoming more of a leader of this defense?
You know, I think Darrell's a guy that has really good pass rush ability. He's worked hard since we've been here to learn what to do and how we want it done. You know, I think it showed last year. He's got ability to be a playmaker on defense. He's searching for consistency. And with experience and knowledge and understanding the expectations, you know, we'll see that.
Corey, then Jordan, and Caleb in the back.
Coach, I know you said it's hard to fully judge without pads on, but Jawan seemed to be moving pretty well out there. What was your assessment of what you saw out of him, and how excited are you for that group under T. Martin?
You know, Jawan, he's ready to go. We'll probably monitor him a little bit, probably for a week. You know, put him a little bit on a pitch count to ease him into it. But he's fine. He's healthy. He's full speed. But he obviously did miss a little bit of the summer conditioning. So we'll ease him into it like we are a couple of guys. So, you know, Jawan really likes football. He don't like it. He loves it. He loves football. He loves the University of Tennessee. He likes to practice. He likes to play. He likes to be in the building. So, you know, you love coaching guys like Jawan.
Jordan.
I know you'd obviously rather have Trey Smith full go right now, but how much of an added benefit does it give maybe some of your freshman offensive linemen being able to line up next to him through some of these fundamentals?
Well, I think everybody is really just excited for Trey. You know, first of all, Trey is he's a great person, comes from a great family. When you talk about representing the University of Tennessee the right way, it's Trey Smith. You know, I think we all realize that one of these days football is going to be taken away from us. You know, and for Trey, last year it happened a little sooner than he expected. So, you know, our training staff, our doctors, they've worked extremely hard to get the correct information. To give Trey an opportunity. And Trey has worked probably as hard as anybody in our football program this offseason. So if he had an opportunity, he didn't know if he was going to have an opportunity, but if he was going to have an opportunity, he was going to be ready. So we still have a ways to go with that, and Trey knows that. So we're just kind of taking it one day at a time.
Caleb and Jesse.
Coach, back here. Obviously, it's nice to have that nice indoor space and everything, but on a day like today, we got to switch things up, go inside to a little bit of a smaller area. How do you make sure you still get the same out of the guys, especially on practice number one?
Well, you know, we've practiced in here before, you know, so it didn't hamper us. We've got plenty of room to do exactly what we wanted to get done today, and you know, we got it done.
Last couple, Jesse, Garrett.
I know a lot of folks always want to ask about the freshmen, but several guys you kind of moved around a year ago, Kingston Harris, Mincy ended up having a red shirt. What was kind of your impressions on day one from those two guys as you guys are kind of looking for maybe guys to take a leap in year two and give you guys some snaps this fall?
You know, it's most of the time out there I'm watching the defensive backs, you know, or the linebackers. So, or maybe the offensive skill. I usually wait and watch the O-line and D-line when we get in here to film, so I ain't had a chance to do that. So I don't know what any of those guys look like today.
Last question, Eric.
In the spring, Trey Smith was allowed to do everything but full contact and shells and full pads and everything. Is that going to be the case here in camp, or will there be any type of difference in that?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
So in spring, Trey was allowed to do everything but full contact. He wanted full pads and everything. Is that going to be the same here in camp, or has anything else changed?
Yeah, right now he's going to stay with the same protocol. I mean, he's doing everything but full contact, and until our doctors come up with a plan for the rest of the fall.
Thank you, Coach.